I was thinking, how do you stop clinging to something when you receive something good and you want it to stay with you forever, or you don't want to let go of it, right? How do you stop clinging? How do you let go? And I'm talking about it because today, thankfully, thanks to an angel that showed up in my life, got into a really nice room as opposed to the one that had like cracked windows and everything. This actually is actually I like it a lot, and it has a kitchen. What hotel rooms have kitchen? This is awesome. This is officially awesome. But I'm like, well, how do I? And I found myself thinking, well, it would be great to stay in this longer. But then I'm like, well, even if tomorrow I were to go back to my original one, or if tomorrow, I don't know, this was my last day here, which it is, but it's okay because I think the key to letting go of clinging to wanting an experience to go on longer is to just be in that moment, right? To be present fully and appreciate it in that moment that you are in it, right? Because I actually thought of this with food also. When you eat food or anything, right? When you are in it and you are experiencing it, you want more because you focus on the next one. You're like, oh well, I have this amount, right? And then it's like I want more, right? Because right, it's like you just kind of, okay, I already have this, but I want more. I want to keep experiencing it. But by focusing on I want to keep experiencing it, you're not actually experiencing it because your focus is outwards. Your focus is basically in the future, right? The only way to be present is to not think about how much you have left. It's to not think about how much time you're going to spend here. It's to not think about how you are actually in your past, how you got here, right? The only way to actually ever truly experience it is to just literally be here. Feel the emotions, feel the sensations. Find things like that you find beautiful at first sight, that you like the sound of. For me, I found I was like, I just want peace and quiet because I like peace and quiet right now for a little bit. So it's like it depends on the sensations that you have. Maybe something smells good, right? Maybe something looks nice. You appreciate how it looks, you appreciate how it feels, and that kind of anchors you in the present moment. And by being anchored in the present moment, you focus on that feeling, on that emotion, and there's no need to worry. Because as long as you have it planned, I mean, you should have it planned. You don't want to, you should have it planned. Okay, this is still, we're still in the world, we still should still plan things, but apart from the regular planning, if you are like, oh, I want to be here for a very long time, I like this person, I want this person to be with me forever, right? I want this house to be with me forever, I want this object to be with me forever. Forever does not exist, okay? Human mind and body experience is limited. Forever by default does not exist. You can't have anything forever, right? The only thing that's forever is and constant is change, okay? The only thing that's never going to change is the change itself. So the only way to that I found to anchor yourself into not being afraid of giving things up, of really being able to gauge, is this right for me? As is just to be in that moment and to fully experience it, right? Not to worry, will it be there tomorrow? Okay, the planning and the other part is, will it be there tomorrow, right? The feeling, which is actually the feeling itself, I feel there is a difference between the feeling and the mind. The mind does the planning, okay? The mind is like a calculator, okay? I gotta I actually have a mini calculator. The mind has to like crunch the numbers, okay? I have to do this, then this way, that way, right? But the feeling is what you experience. So the mind plans, the mind takes care that it's taken care of, you have a roof over your head. The feeling is what anchors you and allows you to have a positive or negative experience, right? There's only so much you can do, so much you can change and control. So I feel like the feeling, the senses, the sight, the smell, the hearing, the taste, sometimes just the overall energy of things, that is what anchors you. And when something's difficult, I think if you're able to tune into the core of yourself, the core of your being, you actually will find that it's just stillness. It's pure stillness. It's like waiting in a line. If you are forced to wait in a line, there is a line, okay? You're stuck. Accept it. If you cannot change something, If you cannot change it, you don't want to be mad at it. I was actually going to say you cannot get mad at it. Well, you don't want to go mad, but you can't get upset at things, right? Or you can accept it. So if you cannot change it already, you're stuck. Doesn't make sense to be mad at it because you can't do anything, so just accept it, right? And that acceptance, if you tune into that acceptance of your internal being, it's kind of like when you let go of thoughts, you tune into that presence, you find it's just stillness, right? And that it kind of anchors you to be able to go through life and just be still when you need to be under very stressful circumstances where you have no control. In those specific circumstances, sometimes you can either go insane or you can accept it. And I've spent my life going insane because I think a lot. Like I overanalyze. Like to me, just everything means something, and I have to analyze everything. So I spent a lot of the time doing that, just overthinking things. Right? Everything meant something. The person did this, it meant this, it meant that, and I always went thinking. I thought that by waiting in line and complaining about it or gossiping about it, the line is gonna move faster. No, the line is not gonna move faster, okay? The line moves the way that the line moves, whatever the cashier does. This is up to the cashier. The universe is like a cashier, okay? They take care of things. Your job is to be in the line, make sure you got your stuff prepared. When your turn comes, just be ready. So it's kind of like, well, in some cases, but yeah, so I really wish that more people would just feel that way, but I think that's just what I found for myself, that it works.